I'm Chris Sutcliffe and this is How to Do the Thing. The thing we're going to learn how to do today is add drop-down lists to Google Sheets. Now, there are two ways of doing this. You can do it from a range or you can do it as a list, and I'm going to show you both today. These are the words that we're going to turn into a list. It's basically synonyms for drop. First, we're going to start with the ranged. So we click where we want to add the drop-down list. Then we click data, data validation, and it starts with list from range. That's the default. What we've got to do is select the range. So you can click on the four squares here, select your list of words, and press OK, and then save that validation. And you can see it now has a little arrow here to suggest that it's a drop-down list, and if I click, I can choose my words from here. I can also type them in, and it will help me autocomplete. The second way of doing it, we'll click data, data validation, and at this point we can change where we want it to be. So let's go for list of items, and we can put the items in here. So we could start with abandon, then break them up with comma. I'm not going to do them all, but just to give you the idea. There we are. And save. There we go, we've got a drop down list in just the same way. There are a couple more options I want to show you whilst you're here, so click data, data validation again. Now, it's called data validation because it's essentially validating what you've put into the cell. You can have two options. The default is that it will just show you a warning. If you don't put the right thing in, it will just say, warning, you didn't put the right thing in. Or you can have it so that it rejects the input entirely. If I put something that isn't on the list, it will just not let me put it and the cell will remain empty. So you can change those options there. And then finally, you can click and add some help text, and you can add your own message here. This is the help text. You can save that, and you can see now that the validation is this is the help text, but I could say make sure you add a synonym for drop, for example. The one last cool thing I'll show you, if you're doing range, you've obviously got to have your range somewhere on your spreadsheet. What you can do is, for example, change this text to white so that it's hidden. That won't change it to white in the list will remain the same, so you can keep this hidden in column B and no one will ever know. You can now do the thing.